It's just the attitudes of people that's really changing this community and making people feel like they're worthless and shit just because they do a substance or fucking do a drug.
I did acid a couple years ago, and I had a pretty bad time. I was having a good time. Totally, it was great at the beginning, and then I made the mistake of mixing in marijuana with that, and then it totally just went downhill from there.
My grandmother called me when I had my overdose afterwards, and she was crying. She was like, I don't know where you are. I am very concerned because I heard what happened. I want you to come home. And so that really shook me. I realized I have to go home. I have to be with my family. I can't be doing this stuff anymore.
You can have an overdose and not die, but it's still a possibility. And I just don't want to take that risk. I want to live my life. I want to have a family. And I just want to have fun, but not dangerously.
I went to see a doctor, and then he just reassured me and said I'm just experiencing trauma, basically, because my brain went through a traumatic experience, and I'm just experiencing repercussions of that. Especially in grade 9, they're like bombarding you with all these things, all these choices that you have to do, all these questions, like what are you gonna be when you grow up? What are you gonna do next year? What are you gonna do 3 years after that? What are you gonna do 8 years after university? It's like, it's scary and hard.
I've had people say, like, it will make you not worry about school anymore and it'll take that stress off, and I think so many people are feeling that stress of school and everything that they say, okay, well, if this will make that feel better, let's try that. And then those are usually the people who, they get addicted to the feeling of forgetting, and it just overtakes everything.
No, the pain's still with you. Still with them every day. It's not taking away the pain, it's only giving them more pain.
I know for me, I've had 2 friends pass away from fentanyl, and I didn't even realize that one of them was doing fentanyl.
Everyone knows about fentanyl because it's so deadly, but like, I know cocaine, I've just heard from numerous people that cocaine isn't what it used to be.
When people go to parties, they're like, oh, careful, like, don't drink too much. Like, they just kind of assume it's like that, because I think that's more how it was as they were kids, but I don't think they realize how much that sometimes there are, like how many actual hard drugs are out there, and like how many youth have been affected by them.
I'm back in school. I dropped out twice when I was on drugs, and now I'm getting stuff done, which is amazing.
I get through my days minute by minute.
Like, all I did was try LSD, but I didn't plan for it, you know? I just decided to in the moment, and I didn't realize that it could have consequences.
If you don't have passion, then what are you doing with your life? You know, you're kind of just spiraling out of control to some place that is really bad.
You don't have to do like take drugs or smoke or everything just to fit in. They'll like you for who you are, and if they don't, well then they're probably not that great.
It's really important to find at least somebody that cares. Even if you don't have any family or friends around you, just find somebody, and that means going anywhere, going to a therapist, going to a counselor, going to somebody you feel some sort of connection with and telling them what you're going through.